Hello everyone, welcome back to Military Plus. The Su-30 and especially the Su-35 are excellent fighters, and they'll be a handful for any Western fourth-generation fighter in the event of a war. But at the end of the day, the Russian machines still lag behind in terms of sensors and pilot vehicle interfaces. As such, the smart money is on the Typhoon. The Eurofighter Typhoon is a European multinational twin-engine, canard delta-wing, multirole fighter. In essence, that means Typhoon is proven to carry out a wide range of tasks concurrently, whether that's taking on rival aircraft in the skies or attacking targets on land or at sea. Also combines huge amounts of thrust from its twin EJ200 engines with incredible agility to give it amazing performance and agility. With heightened tensions in Europe over Russia's actions in Ukraine, NATO countries have stepped up their air patrols over the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. While the U.S. Air Force often deploys aircraft to help police the airspace over those former Soviet republics, often the task falls to European air arms to keep Moscow in check. For many of those European forces, including Great Britain, Germany, Italy, and Spain, their aircraft of choice is the Eurofighter Typhoon. Developed originally as a pure-hybrid air superiority fighter, the Typhoon excels in the air-to-air arena. In the unlikely event of a conflict, the Eurofighter is likely able to more than hold its own against late-generation flanker variants like the Sukhoi Su-35s, while the Russian and European machines each have their advantages. The jets are very comparable overall. The Eurofighter Typhoon is a highly agile aircraft, designed to be a supremely effective dogfighter in combat. Later production aircraft have been increasingly better equipped to undertake air-to-surface strike missions and to be compatible with an increasing number of different armaments and equipment, including Storm Shadow, Brimstone, and MART-ER missiles. Indeed, Royal Air Force RAF Typhoons recently trained with their Indian Air Force IAF Su-30MK I Flanker H counterparts and found that to be true. First impressions of the flanker are very positive. Wing Commander Chris Moon, commander of 3 F Squadron, said in a statement, "It is a superb aeroplane, and it's a privilege to operate our Typhoon alongside it." The Indians were also fairly impressed with the Typhoon, noting that the two machines are more or less evenly matched. Both are fourth-generation aircraft, and so are matched evenly. So the learning value comes from the person-to-person contact, said IAF Squadron Leader Avi Arya in a statement to the RAF. "It's the man behind the machine which matters." As Arya noted, most fourth-generation fighters like the Su-35 or Typhoon offer comparable performance. Pilots of each type of aircraft have to learn how to operate their aircraft to the limits of their capabilities. That means exploiting the strengths of your aircraft and avoiding its weaknesses. In the case of the flanker, that means using its excellent low-speed handling, thanks to its thrust vectoring capability to offset the Typhoon's very high turn rate and excellent energy addition while exploiting its poor high angle of attack capability. That's similar to how U.S. Navy and U.S. Air Force pilots flying the FA-18 Hornet and the F-15 Eagle fight the Typhoon in a visual range engagement. It pretty much comes down to the individual and luck. Beyond visual range, technology plays a greater role, but tactics, training, and procedures are key. Groups of fighters have to coordinate with each other, and there are WACs or ground controllers. As an example, one senior U.S. Air Force instructor pilot explained that if there were a 4-ship of F-15s versus another 4-ship of F-15s using standard blue tactics, unless someone makes a mistake, each engagement would end in a draw. Moreover, those tactics are generally held close to the vest. For example, U.S. Air Force units don't generally employ their cutting-edge tactics during international exercises, since that might compromise those techniques. Technology-wise, neither the Su-35 flanker nor the Typhoon is currently equipped with an active electronically scanned array radar, but both have good beyond visual range capability. Both jets are designed for high speed, high altitude beyond visual range engagements, and as such, can impart an enormous amount of launch energy to their beyond visual range weapons. But it is not known how effective Russian combat identification systems are. You have to know what you're shooting at. Further, the Typhoon's cockpit and pilot vehicle interface are excellent, much better than anything found on the current flanker variants. The Typhoon also has one other advantage. In the coming years, the RAF will start to deploy the MBD, a Meteor missile. The Meteor, which is a long-range ramjet-powered weapon, is quite possibly the best beyond visual air-to-air missile developed to date. It has excellent end-game performance and could be the Typhoon pilot's trump card, at least until the Russians develop an equivalent. There is no question that Russian jets have come a long way technologically since the end of the Cold War. The Su-30, and especially the Su-35, are excellent fighters, and they'll be a handful for any Western fourth-generation fighter in the event of a war. But at the end of the day, the Russian machines still lagged behind in terms of sensors and pilot vehicle interfaces. As such, the smart money is on the Typhoon. The Typhoon had its combat debut during the 2011 military intervention in Libya with the UK Royal Air Force RAF and the Italian Air Force, performing aerial reconnaissance and ground strike missions. The type has also taken primary responsibility for air defense duties for the majority of customer nations.